wanna kiss you all over and over and again. I wanna kiss you all over, dun dun dun, till the night closes in, till the night closes in. Terry.
Well, you know what, breakfast?
Man, it's been so long since I've seen that.
The Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
We are a special breed.
Look at that. Honey, why don't you come back upstairs and Happy will give you the old kissy kiss smoochy woochy. You know how you like it.
My dick twitched.
Welcome back to Five's a Crowd.
Ooh, all right. We're your rowdy crowd tonight.
We a bunch of wild boys up in here. It's been a minute, gentlemen.
It's been a long minute.
Yeah.
How you
Been
feeling?
what, almost a month?
Just about.
Yeah. How was everyone's Christmas and New Year's?
Great.
Wonderful.
Did absolutely nothing.
Same.
Yeah,
That's the great part.
Yep, exactly.
I took time off of work to hope to do something, and nothing serious, but my mother-in-law ended up in the hospital, and so me being home to help Jenny with the kids, and like all the kids, not just our own, ended up being a blessing in disguise. So that was bittersweet.
She all right? She looked
Darn
okay
it. Almost
today.
got some of
She's
that
good.
inheritance
Okay.
money.
It's so close.
I know to up the dose next
Next time. It's the skateboard on top of the stairs, man. That'll do it.
Stairs win every time.
Yeah, just ask Reggie.
Hey, kid's already got a war story. You know, what?
Watch your bell tower.
His head rounded back out. We're good.
Oh, that's right. He needed a helmet.
No helmet.
Oh, no helmet?
No
Had to
helmet.
shape it every night, but
It's like
Play-Doh.
It's like, it's like the Play-Doh. So every night they just grab his head.
Gotta round out the corners. You just grab more Play-Doh.
Oh my gosh.
terrible.
Terrible. That was funny. I liked it. It could be worse. You could have got hit by a snowplow.
I heard about that.
Oh, yeah, that's
Did you
wild.
hear about that, Chris?
That Jeremy Renner?
No,
Is that his name?
No,
so he
yeah.
didn't get hit by a snowplow.
He got ran over by his own. It was a
He was
Arctic
dri-
cat.
He was driving a snowcat.
Yeah,
Okay.
snowcat.
And he was plowing his neighbor's driveway,
Uh-huh.
and he got out to talk to the neighbor. Well, the snowcat started to roll away, so he went to jump in it and got pulled underneath it.
Idiot.
Well, the thing is, though, is there's supposed to be so many
There's like a safety
Like
feature. that's
safety
supposed to be
features.
hacked.
Called a
parking brake.
Well, basically, the safety features are supposed to make it so that doesn't happen. Like if someone gets caught in there, like it's not supposed to chop him up like it did him.
Oh, it chopped him up?
It shredded
Well,
his leg and
yeah.
he lost a bunch of blood.
Yeah.
He would have died if the doctor who lives in the neighborhood didn't see him and go like tourniquet his leg.
Yeah.
I had to remember his Hawkeye training.
It took him 45 minutes to get someone up there, and then
Up where? Where does he live?
Somewhere in Nevada.
but just with the how much snow and stuff, it
Elko. I'm
It
guessing
took
Elko.
rescue crews
Yeah.
45 minutes, and then they just ended up life
They
flighting
had,
him out.
they had to fly him out.
What? Okay, that's way crazier than I was expecting.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad.
I
It chopped
thought
his
I
leg
read...
up and it did some stuff to his chest as well.
What?
Yeah.
The picture that he put out of himself, his face is all beat up and everything too.
Do you have any
Got
pictures you
black
could throw
eye.
up?
Yeah, so I saw one.
He
see. I'll
posted
pull
a
it
couple
up here.
things
We
to
got
Twitter.
a TV now, guys. We're up in the ante.
You guys
We can
can't
now-
see it, but we can.
We can see stuff. Soon you guys will be able to.
I can't
hopefully.
see it.
You can't
It's
see
just
it.
coming. Like, give it a second, will you?
That's what she said.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Focus, focus.
No, but then also some sad snow news. Ken Block.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
That was the picture. That was the picture he shared.
So does he still have a leg?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They haven't said anything or shown it.
He's in good order. Like I think he's still going to be a long ways out, but he's in good order.
His bow and arrow days are probably over.
No way, man. Now he's gonna come back
Heck
like
no,
$1
dude.
million
CGI,
man.
bro.
Nah, he'll be
Yeah,
fine.
like Hugh Jackman.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're gonna
They're gonna make
CGI.
him jacked with CGI.
I'm just glad that he survived?
Not
too.
steroids, just CGI.
Toenail clippers for seniors, bros. You guys need some?
I would not trust myself with.
Wow, that's crazy. Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, I like Jeremy Renner.
I love Jeremy Renner.
Remember when he was like in the Bourne movies and then they just forgot about him?
He did
One,
one
so
movie.
good.
He's in one movie.
Yep.
But he was so good at
He
it.
was so
well,
good.
they were supposed to do one with him and
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
You know one of his really, I think, underrated movies? I don't even remember the name of it.
SWAT?
No, that was a good movie.
I love SWAT.
But the one where he's like a sheriff up in Alaska.
Oh,
Or an FBI.
Wind River or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Elizabeth Olsen.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
Wind
my
River.
Gosh,
that was
so good.
I didn't see it
That was
yet.
an intense movie.
It was way intense, and the way he takes out a couple guys, you're like,
Yeah,
"Dang!"
it came out like right after the third Avengers or something. That was that was a
That was
good movie.
intense. That movie was.
I hope he comes back in the Mission Impossibles. I loved him in those couple that he was
I
in.
forgot he was in those.
I don't think I've seen anything past like the first 2 Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's
impossible.
Dude, they have
unfortunate.
just gotten better.
Well, they
got
basically
better.
like they basically went like this. They were like, ha, huh, ha.
What
No,
was the,
it
what
wasn't.
was the dip?
It wasn't.
Like three was.
Yeah, 3 was, but then
Oh,
4 and on.
That's what I'm
just-
saying.
Okay.
Like
See-
1 and 2, and then 3, and then ha ha.
Yeah.
And then
See,
it's
I
like,
thought it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like just
You don't. Yeah.
2's definitely better
2
than
was-
3.
yeah, I liked
you
2.
thought so?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I didn't like it.
You know,
I was all right, but I'm the same. I just like after
Wait,
2, I was like,
wait. Hold on. Maybe I'm getting mixed up. Which one's the one?
3's the one with
With-
the chimera drug, isn't it? Or is that 2?
that's 2. 2's the one where he's got his long hair and they fight on the beach in that weird, awkward ballet fight.
So I'm getting it mixed up. So
Maybe.
who was the bad guy in the third one? What's his name?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Okay. So you're right. 1 and then 2 and
See?
then 3 picked it right back up. Tony's right.
Wait, 3 is 3 the one with the motorcycle?
Yeah.
That's
No,
2.
that's 2.
That's 2 also.
Where they fight
Okay.
each other on the beach and they fly at each other.
Yeah.
Jump off the motorcycles.
See?
and
Okay,
fly.
yeah, you're
Okay.
right. You're
Thank
right.
you.
It's like, wee, wee, wee.
Yep.
But no, there's video of Tom Cruise prepping
Running?
for his big stunt.
I saw that the ramp.
Yeah, and he drives the motorcycle right off the cliff.
Dude.
That guy is
And he
freaking
base
nuts,
jumps.
man.
Base jumps.
Speaking of Tom Cruise, I saw a movie that I'd forgotten about that I ended up watching. It was Collateral again.
I need to
Oh,
watch
that's
that.
a good one.
That's
Jamie
a good-
Foxx.
Yeah,
and
that's a
him.
good movie.
I need
I'd
to watch
forgotten
that.
about that. Have you seen that one?
Dude, Tom Cruise.
Although he looks funky with that haircut. But
Dude, it doesn't look like him.
Isn't it?
But
It's
the
Is that
like
the one where
gray
he wears the
hair.
vest?
yeah.
He has the short.
He's the
long-
hit
he's
man.
got the
Got the short
like
gray hair,
buzzed
like the
gray
buzz
hair.
cut gray hair.
Yeah,
It grows on you.
yeah.
The,
Nuts.
Chris ruined a movie for me. That Top Gun Maverick. He's like, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's like, it's Star Wars from
Yeah,
start
dude.
to finish. It's Star Wars.
Ever since
Oh,
you
yeah.
said
and then,
that,
and
I
then
just,
he pointed out all the similarities. I'm like, what the freak? It is Star Wars. It is dope.
100%.
though.
it's a good movie. I like it, but it's Star Wars.
But it's America's Star Wars, all right?
See, we adopted it.
I
Star
ain't putting
Wars
it
is
together, so
American,
don't
too.
ruin it for me.
Oh,
Okay.
see,
I
here's
don't
the
wanna hear
video.
it.
I'm
Oh,
going to
it's
tell
great.
you.
I
Let's
don't
go
wanna
ahead
hear
and okay, what do they have to do? What's the impossible mission they have to do? They have to go through
Oh,
a tight
bloody hell, you're a dick.
tight canyon, and then
Shot at.
and then the targeting's
Yeah,
not
then
working.
the target's
He has
so
to use
small,
the
so he has
force.
to use the
I mean, he used his eyes. But
No,
and then
he
you've
used-
got
he used
Darth
his Tom
Vader.
Cruise magic.
You got Darth Vader and the Dark pilots coming in, and they're in their little MiGs coming.
I've got
Frickin'
you now.
Star Wars.
I mean, similarities, but he wasn't Luke by any means. It was basically like
Yeah,
Obi-Wan.
you're damn right.
Obi-Wan's
He's
like,
not.
hey, Luke, I'm going to teach you how to do this. Just getting stuck at it. I'm going to do it myself. Yep. That's what happened.
He's better than Luke.
All right, he's Obi-Wan Kenobi who didn't sacrifice himself.
Look at him. He's got a little fire to him today.
I like it.
He's got that. He's just because he's got that steroid jab. Combining powers here.
Little twitchy eye.
So speaking of in the news, not to get darker or anything, but you were talking about one you were pretty fired up about.
Oh,
I want to hear about this because I haven't heard about it.
You
I got
don't,
into
but you
a
need
rant
to.
yesterday on Facebook about it.
About what?
And I ended up deleting my comments because it got out of hand.
With, like,
and I
against
hate,
somebody?
Yes, and I hate people on Facebook because they don't know how to argue. They can't have a civilized conversation or a civilized argument. It always turns into
You're
name
dumb.
calling, and so I ended up getting called a pedo many a times.
Oh, jeez.
A pedophile?
Yes.
Oh, I thought
So-
PETA. Like,
No,
I
like
thought
the
like
bed.
So here's the issue. Have
Pedo,
you-
is it?
not
I was lost
PETA.
too. I
Like
was
a
lost
Greek
for a second.
sandwich.
a
pedo.
pedo.
Pedo. No, not pedo.
Do you say
The
pedophile?
British, I think the British say pedophile.
Well, that's. Have
sorry,
you ever
pedophiles.
seen? Have
We're
you ever
American.
seen?
Pedo Bear?
No, who's that guy in the Ghost Town?
Oh,
movie Ghost
Ricky
Town.
Gervais?
Yeah, Ricky Gervais. So he does. There's a little meme out there or whatever
pedophile.
that he's walking past this school, and that
yeah.
little redhead kid goes,
Oh, yeah.
pedo, and he's like,
yes.
if I was a pedo, I wouldn't be coming after your fat.
Dude, I freaking love Ricky Gervais. He's so funny.
He's such a crazy person.
But anyways, have you guys seen the 1968 Romeo and Juliet? Did you ever watch it in high school or junior high for your literature class?
No.
I don't think so.
So
If we did, I was asleep.
100%.
So there's a risky scene in there. There's a sex scene.
Risque.
Whoa, I would have been awake.
There's a sex scene, and it shows
Why didn't anyone wake me
it
up?
shows the
Do we need
guy's
to take notes?
shows the guy's butt, shows the girl's boobs. Okay.
How dare they?
So
They show this in school?
yes, I remember watching in school, and our teacher forgot. And she hurried and jumped up, and she's like, "Oh, whoa!" Hurry and flipped the TV on us, and we're like, "What? What's going on?"
Nobody was
Everyone
paying
else was
attention.
asleep.
But anyways, so the two actors in the movie who played Romeo and Juliet are now suing Paramount over the sex scene
Oh, because they were underage?
because at the time it was filmed, she was 15 and he was 17. So they are suing Paramount for sexualizing them.
What?
This is where
Pedophile.
Nope. This is where I got called a pedophile because I think the lawsuit is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think it should happen. Number one, we're almost 60 years later, and I think it's a money grab. Number two,
60 years.
yeah,
Almost.
so 1968. So it's almost 60 years later.
2028.
Wow.
So the girl in it, back in 2018, she did an interview with someone and she actually praised the scene, said how great it was and how much it was needed for the movie and how much it made the movie much better. But now she's claiming that
Now she ran out of money.
Yeah, now she's claiming that it was this huge sexual thing and that she had to go through therapy and all this stuff. And we were basically sexually harassed and,
Maybe
we were underage. Here's my other argument. This movie was filmed in Italy. Age of consent in Italy is 14 years old.
Even
So-
today?
Yes.
Dang.
So they were at the time of age and 100% legal to do scenes like that in the movie. The other thing is they are saying that they didn't give consent. I call BS. I don't know. I don't, you've got the parents, you've got them. I think it's a money grab. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's stupid. My biggest thing is 60 years later, why the hell are we doing this 60
Well,
years
yeah,
later?
of course, money grab. But
Yeah.
I see
I see both
why.
sides.
Yeah.
I could see both sides.
I
And I could also see like how on her side she might be like in the moment she may have said something to kind of cast a positive light, but then had to
Right.
change a heart later on
And then
in life.
reflecting on it, saying, "Wow, that was actually
That was
Older,
actually really
wiser.
effed up. Yeah,
Right.
older, wiser
See,
type
and
of statement.
the only thing I can think of is someone had pointed out that they are suing Paramount, who distributed it here in the States. And that's where I'm like, okay, I can see that what Paramount should have done at the time, because age of consent is different here, and they are technically underage here.
Yeah.
They should have cut the scene out, something like that, and just not had it here, just got rid of that scene altogether when they distributed it here. I can see that portion. But why 60 years later? Like, I think that's my biggest question and my biggest frustration.
I feel like-
and people were throwing out the whole, it's the Me Too movement. You couldn't have done this 20 years ago. Nobody would have cared. And it's like,
Yeah, they would have.
Well, it's kind of like
there's a point. Like, I
don't know. Like going back a bit, when they wanted Kevin Hart to host the Oscars, but they wanted him to apologize for something he said in one of his stand-ups years earlier.
like 10 years prior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's not 60 years, but it is. It's reaching back, finding stuff at fault from years prior, and then now trying to...
Well, look what they tried to do to James Gunn. right? Wasn't it
I
James
didn't hear
Gunn?
about that one.
Oh yeah.
That
He
was
got-
back when he was when
Disney
they
dropped
finished.
him for a little bit.
Yeah, he was online to do the next Guardians.
Yeah.
And then that came out about his tweets from like 10 plus years ago that were honestly really gross.
Oh.
But the entire cast backed him, like everyone backed him, but Disney didn't. They let him go, but then everyone else went on strike. So then James Gunn was eventually rehired to do, was it Guardians 2 at that time, Volume 2?
Yeah.
And then now he's at DC doing his own thing there.
Yeah.
Which that's something we can talk about. Holy freaking Grim
Right?
Reaper type
Yeah.
stuff over there.
Yeah.
That's
With
bananas.
Superman.
Well, everyone.
Bro, he axed everyone except the
Oh,
one,
that, yeah.
the one that I think should have been axed.
Let me What guess, is going Ben on? Affleck.
Freaking Ezra Miller, dude.
Oh, is he Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he
That
not good?
dude,
I think they're keeping that though
dude is
because
currently
it's
has
setting
been
up the
arrested like
multiverse,
3
though.
times.
Doing what?
All kinds of different dumb stuff. And they're like,
He-
cool, whatever. And then all these big name actors are like, nope, you're gone, you're
Yeah.
gone, you're gone, you're gone.
I know Ezra Miller. He's on a very short leash though, because he came back and he apologized for everything and
He's
on
been
a-
go. I know. I saw a little snippet saying he'd been going to treatment
Yeah.
and he's been on
Yeah.
good terms.
I do have to
since.
say though, they're bringing Jason Momoa back as Lobo.
Yes.
And I feel like him as Lobo
Wait,
is
wow.
10 times better than Aquaman.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like you can't just do that.
Well, but-
just switch the character that they
Here's-
play in the
Just
same
pretend
universe.
I'm not. They did it with,
Look at the distance between it, though.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about Human Torch and Captain
Yeah.
America. But
I
look
know,
at the
but-
distance. Like, it was a long time ago. Freaking Aquaman came out, what, 2 years ago?
yeah, 2-3
I
years
still.
ago.
I haven't seen any of those. DC
And he currently
movies.
is, like, still branded as Aquaman. And then they're just going to go, oh, you're a different guy.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Um,
But he's still going to be badass as Lobo.
He probably would.
here's the funny thing too about what I'm frustrated about this whole thing with DC is you just put out Black Adam. I mean, The Rock fought for this movie for 15 years. And then not only that, but he also fights to get Superman, Henry Cavill back into it because Henry Cavill wasn't coming back. So Henry Cavill leaves The Witcher to go be
I just feel
Superman
bad
again.
for Cavill, man.
And then all of a sudden you have him at the end
that part made me
you
mad.
have him at the end of the movie. He makes a special appearance. They're setting up Black Adam versus Superman. Like it's going to be this huge thing. And then all of a sudden you get the axe. And it's like, nope, you're done as Superman. They look at The Rock and they said, you're done as Black Adam for right now. We might break you back later, but you're done right now.
Oh, my gosh.
They, in the new Flash movie, Wonder Woman and Superman were supposed to make appearances. They had to go re-edit the movie and take them out. So they're not going to be in the movie anymore.
I'm surprised they're even getting rid of Gal because
What a mess.
she
like,
I
she
will
was
say-
awesome as Wonder Woman.
Right?
Yeah, she was phenomenal.
did good. Yeah.
And Henry Cavill is Superman. Like
I
he is
feel
the
like
epitome of Superman.
Henry Cavill was born before Superman, and then somehow
reincarnated
just
as
reincarnated to then later fulfill the prophecy that he.
But also, if you think about it, he actually only had one movie.
Yep.
He did.
It was just Man of Steel. That was the only
And then he-
was that
Superman
the
only
And then they
movie?
bring
Because
Well,
then
yep.
they did Superman and
V Super
first Batman,
yeah,
Batman v
Batman versus
Superman.
Superman, and then they did the Justice League. But he only had one movie of his
standalone
own.
movie.
it was so good though.
I'm
So
upset he's not doing The Witcher. That was like his passion
That,
project.
If
That's a
if,
whole
if
other
I was
thing.
Henry Cavill, I don't know how he's taking it, and I know he's probably keeping really close to the chest as to not.
I honestly think they
anything.
pushed him out of Witcher though.
Do you think?
Well, yeah, because
there's
the
a lot of
problem
drama.
is they wanted to do all this stuff, and he's like, no, we need to keep this with the lore and with the he
Because
fought
he's
to
huge
keep
into
it.
the game, isn't he?
He,
The
he-
books.
Oh, the
And the
books.
game.
Okay.
and the game, yeah.
Well, and he's just signed on to do Warhammer, right?
Oh, dude, he loves Warhammer.
Yeah.
What's
Warhammer.
Warhammer?
It's a tabletop game where you have these minis of like the soldiers and armies. So it's like a strategy game.
Okay.
You have this whole train and you can move them so far and stuff,
Yeah.
and you like fight a little war. But it revolves around buying a lot of these minis and like painting them and stuff. Like it's a
Create
whole
your own
crazy
yeah.
hobby.
Yeah.
And he's like way into it. I think it's hilarious. I've seen multiple interviews of him where he talks about it. I think it's funny.
But yeah, I think The Witcher's gonna go because
Oh,
he
yeah.
fought to keep it like
So-
on point.
Yeah, he was kind of the historian of the show, trying
Right.
to keep him on track to like.
Didn't
the
he
actual-
like actually correct people
Right.
as
Oh,
they
yeah.
were going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And the problem is there's a lot of stuff going back and forth. So he didn't even really outright say it. I think he did actually say like that the writers themselves didn't really care about the source material.
Right.
It's almost like they kind of feel like their vision of it is better than the actual author who wrote it.
Really?
Like Rings of Power.
And so they were just thinking, they were saying they were going to stay true, but they were doing their own thing. And even in the first 2 seasons, they like kind of veered off course. And after the second season, Cavill was signed on to do 7 seasons.
Holy
Jeez.
And after the second season, he was already like, I want out of here. Like because the creative differences, the writers didn't like they claimed the writers didn't like or care about the source material. And then after that all came out, the writers are like, no, we care about the source material. Henry Cavill's just hard to work with. He's very difficult. And then all these other people were like in the production as well. We're like, no. Henry's great to work with. He's one of the best people in Hollywood to work with. He's super nice and congenial, like you always see in his interviews. Like he was not the problem.
Right.
That's why
the
to make up
writers.
for it, they need to make him Bond.
Heck yeah, dude.
I feel
Aaron-
like Cavill would
Aaron
be
Taylor
amazing.
Johnson.
Heck yeah, dude.
But he's pretty cool too.
I know.
They should do what? Sorry.
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
Oh, I don't know who that is.
dude from Godzilla.
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Oh, yeah.
the
Bullet
nerd?
Train.
Yeah, Kick-Ass
Dude,
himself.
you should
yeah.
see him. You should see him in Bullet Train, dude.
Oh, dude, in Bullet Train,
Oh
he's
my
freaking
gosh.
awesome, man.
He's so good.
Which one is he in Bullet Train?
He was
He's one of the twins.
Oh.
He's the white twin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it?
¿Qué pasa?
Is the SD card in there?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Because it stopped transmitting to the computer.
Oh yeah, I see that happened a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Are we still good?
But
Yeah,
I
we're
didn't want
good.
to interrupt the flow. Okay,
All
go.
right.
So
Yeah, we got
timestamp
back
at
up.
22.
Okay.
You can chop that if you want.
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I've always been a fan of him.
Tangerine. That was his name. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Tangerine.
My
Anyways.
brother. He's like, your brothers?
I didn't even put that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's grown up a bit.
Yeah.
He's so awesome.
Tangerine.
Tangerine.
Pull up
Yeah,
a pic.
if
I
he-
want to see him. Can you pull up a picture? I don't know what he looks like. I
What's his name
hardly
again?
remember what he
Aaron
looks
Taylor
like in Kick-Ass.
Johnson.
Yeah, if he
There
does
you go.
get casted as Bond, I think that would be freaking sweet.
Oh yeah, all right.
Look at that. Look at that nice stash and beard.
Yeah.
He doesn't even look like the same guy.
That doesn't. Not even
He's
remotely.
from Kick-Ass? No.
He's all jacked
Oh, yeah,
now,
dude. I want to see.
Go to images. You can just go to images.
and
Yeah, dude, look at this guy.
I know, dude. He's
That's a handsome fella
There
right
you go.
there.
Could be a
Oh, yeah, he was
really-
Quicksilver, too.
Oh, okay.
that's right. Yes.
Oh, I loved him as Quicksilver.
And, yeah.
Dude,
That's
he
great.
definitely grew into his face.
it's funny what a little bit of stubble will do.
We should tweet him. You definitely grew into your face.
Well done.
Well
sir.
done.
Oh,
What do they call
gosh.
that? Not maturity. Puberty has treated you well.
Yep.
I always thought it was kind of funny that in Avengers Age of Ultron that him and Elizabeth Olsen are brother and sister, and then immediately after they're husband and wife in Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Way off topic. You guys mentioned Ezra Miller earlier. Ezra was one of the names that was like front runner for me for our son's name. I got vetoed.
Really?
I love that name.
Better
dude.
than Ezra?
I love Ezra. That's such a dope name.
Ezra is a cool name. I just watched.
I would love to call son like
Horrible
Ez.
casting choice. But
He's just a freaking weirdo.
Not after him though. I didn't know his
I
name
didn't
was
like him
Ezra
as
Miller.
the Flash.
I'd never seen it. I love that name though, Ezra.
That's a
such
cool
a
name.
cool name.
Jenny has or I guess it's like her cousin first or once removed because it's her cousin's son is named Ezra.
I love it. I love the nickname Ez. It's such a cool.
Easy.
Easy. Easy raw.
I being LDS can't think of anything but Ezra Taft Benson.
Yep.
And so he's one
That's
of the
a cool
prophets.
middle name too, Taft.
Taft. Makes me think of Taffy for some reason.
Taffy.
Ezra Taft.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
I haven't had sugar in days.
What else was in the news was that I know I was texting you guys when it happened, but that Bills player, I can't think of his name.
Oh, Damar Hamlin.
Hamlin?
Hamlin. Hamlin.
Yeah, Damar Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin, dude, that was crazy
Had
watching
a heart
that.
attack, or not a heart attack, a cardiac arrest right there on the field.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so
Insane.
pumped for that game. I was like, I was in the mode where I was gonna let Micah stay up late to watch the game with me. She was excited.
her
She almost saw someone die.
Yeah, we were sitting there cuddled
this
on the
isn't normal.
couch,
Don't.
like we were gonna have a great time. She was so excited. We were watching the game, and the Bengals went down, scored the touchdown, and she was cheering for the Bengals, and I'm rooting for the Bills. And she's like, "But will you root for my team too?" And I was like, "I'll tell you what, I'll root for the offense. Whatever offense is on the field, I'll root for." And then I don't care because I love both teams. And then, sure enough, that play happens, and I was like, "What just happened?" Because I had to comprehend what was happening. And then the delay of game started, and then you're sitting there watching everything unfold, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, my
The crazy
kid."
thing is the play wasn't even that bad. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell he took that hit to the chest pretty
Yeah.
hard, but all in all, it was a clean tackle.
So is there a definitive answer of what happened?
Yeah, so basically he had cardiac arrest. The suspicion is that the impact in the chest was perfectly timed. And it just caused enough to
was
like
like right-
upset
For the
the
valve?
rhythm of the heart.
It was right at the same time as like a heartbeat type thing, and just upset
And
the
it
entire
just-
rhythm and
and
stopped.
it
It
just
stopped his
stopped
heart.
it immediately.
Crazy.
Why did it
heard
take
it.
so long for him to go down, though?
It didn't. He literally
No, he
did the
hits.
tackle.
He kind of taps the guy, stands up for a second, and then
then he
falls
just-
over. Like, I almost feel like if it stopped right on impact, he would have just
Well, it-
gone down.
You
it
figure
it throws off the beat.
Well, then
and
there's
so it's
that-
not necessarily.
so it was
I mean,
like irregular for a second and then stopped.
Yes.
And that's when he passes.
Yeah.
Well, that
Because the
many-
second it stops, like,
Well, then the blood saturated with oxygen, and as soon as all that oxygen gets left up and they're not getting
Well,
new,
that's
new
the-
blood, it just
Yeah,
that's
when
what they were
pass out.
saying is that you have like 2 minutes to get the heart
Tops.
pumping again, because by 3 minutes you're like basically
And that's-
knocking
they're
on
they're
the
brain
giving,
damage.
they're
Yeah.
giving credit to one of the coaches on the side because he immediately started CPR on him.
Yeah.
Like he got out there and noticed like something wasn't right, and he just out of whatever he just started CPR, and it saved his life.
I just
Crazy.
on the happy side of it, it was you guys that shared it today that he woke up, first words out of his mouth is who won the game.
Yeah, who won the game? And then the doctor was like, "You won. You won the game of life."
Freaking love that.
But the selfish side of me, I still want to see that game. So I hope that they meet up in the AFC Championship game. I don't know if that's
thought
even
they canceled the
feasible.
game completely.
They
but-
did. So they'd have to meet up in the championship.
Oh, so they're not going to even replay the game.
No, the game has been postponed indefinitely. So it's
Okay.
been at this point canceled. And
I hate it when they say that.
yeah,
Postponed
Postponed indefinitely. So it's canceled. No. It's postponed.
Indefinitely.
But forever.
And so they just released a statement, NFL did, on how it's going to play out and how the seeding and playoffs and all that's going to happen. Basically, from what I read, is the big question in the air is Kansas City right now still takes the cake as far as first week bye and all that because they have the highest seeding already. But this weekend, the Bengals play Baltimore Ravens. And if one team wins, I think if it's Baltimore, if they win, anyway, they're going to determine who gets home field advantage if a particular team wins by a coin toss.
Oh my gosh.
That's their like tiebreaker is like coin
Okay,
toss.
coin toss.
So I gotta say another
That's a
thing.
huge deal, though.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. It's huge. So, but go ahead.
Just kind of back on Damar. I saw another thing in the news that he has a toy charity.
Yes, isn't this awesome?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and correct me on the numbers, but he had like a goal to hit like $2,500 or
$2,500
$2,500 in
on
toys
GoFundMe.
on a GoFundMe for toys towards kids. And after this incident, people wanted to donate towards that charity. Ended up raising like $4 million.
It's over 5 now.
Oh, it's over 5.
But-
So
so
the goal was
within-
2,500, 5 million now.
Yeah. So in the first hour after that was announced that he had that charity, it went to over 1 million. And then within 24 hours, it was over 5 million.
Jeez.
I don't even know what it's at now. I don't know if you could pull it up, but that's freaking sweet.
Has now raised over 7 million.
Over 7
now.
million.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Could
That's
you
great.
imagine having a goal of $2,500?
That's as of 12 hours.
You know
So
what?
that was this morning was over 7
Could
million.
you? Okay, here's the thing. Could you imagine coming back to life? I don't know what.
I mean, you can stop right there. I can't.
Like, okay, say you had a really good nap. Okay. You wake up and immediately they're like, "Hey, you got to buy $7 million worth of toys to hand out." That is overwhelming,
Right?
dude.
Bro, you know what I'm doing?
$2,500 is like
I'm buying every kid a
I'm not
PS5.
buying anything. I'm taking those kids to the nearest toy store, and I'm like, you
Yep.
got 20 minutes.
Supermarket sweep
Go.
with toys.
Too bad you can't do it at Toys R Us anymore.
I know,
You
right?
can buy a Toys R Us, set it up, and then Mr. Beast
Yeah.
it.
Is there a toy, or is there not Toys R Us, but like a toy store nowadays?
I don't think so, man.
I think so.
It really is.
Walmart,
Only like,
Target, and
those,
Amazon.
only like those little mall ones that
Yeah.
have like knick-knack toys. And
So
stuff.
there you go.
That's it.
You buy, you just rent a giant warehouse, pack it with shelves, and then buy a crap load of
Buy
toys.
$7 million worth of toys.
Fill it with all the toys, and just every kid to be like, you got 5 minutes to run through there and grab whatever you want.
But imagine even being the person running that bill, like trying to figure out. I mean, at some point, you just buy everything. I don't know.
You
You
said-
don't know what you do.
You buy, I could just see it now. It's like you buy just tons and tons of toys, and it's like, oh, okay. We had to have made a dent. It's like, all right, that's 500,000. Oh my gosh!
like you're coming back to life, and you're like, all right, now you got to buy $7 million worth of toys. Can I just live for a minute?
You know, it's
Be like,
funny.
no, I'm not awake.
So that reminded me, as a kid, we always dreamed of winning those shows where you could go do that, have a
definitely.
go and
Heck yes.
go and do a toy thing, and you got like you'd see the contests where
Strategize.
they'd have like 10 minutes to go run around and get whatever they wanted. Now as an adult, we want to do the superstore grocery one that they
Yeah.
did. Run around the grocery store. You got 10 minutes to grab whatever you can in that grocery store.
I'm going and buying nothing but eggs.
I'm going to Bass
Eggs and
Pro
meat.
Shop is what I'm doing.
Dude, send me to freaking Home Depot.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's a good one. I was gonna ask if you could like be set loose for 1 minute in any store, what would it be?
1 minute?
Mine to this, I would still probably choose like best Target.
Dog,
Target.
bro.
No, bro.
1 minute, Apple.
I was just gonna say that.
Freaking-
Apple Store, dude.
Sell it all
There you go.
and then go
Sell
buy
it
what you
all.
want.
There
Easily
you
sell
go.
it all.
I mean,
There you
unless
go.
you're talking car dealerships or maybe RV stores, like
That's why I was thinking like maybe Target. You get a little mixture of everything there. You can go buy a bunch of Apple stuff, grab some TVs.
So
There's some groceries
I mean,
there
have
as
some
well.
Apple
I
stuff
always
there,
say
too.
like as much as I hate the store, really, it's like Walmart has everything.
But you got to be cautious because a lot of things are made for Walmart.
Right.
yeah.
yeah, and they're a little more cheap.
So, because my mom,
little.
she
That's
found that out
generous.
the hard way. She went and bought this crock pot. She's like, "This was amazing deal. It's a crock pot for cheap," and it was like a nice branded crock pot. She gets it, unboxes it, takes it home, and she's looking at the bottom. And it said "Made for Walmart."
Oh, yeah.
literally busted in like 2 weeks. And I was like,
So it's
"Wah,
Spirit."
wah." There you go.
I made
That's
that
why-
mistake with a laptop once.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do not buy electronics
Horrible.
there.
That's why you go to
why I
Sam's
said
Club
once.
or Costco. They have great return policies.
that's a good
Yes.
You go to Costco and you're like, hey, I actually didn't mean to grab this. I was just in a rush.
I got a
They
patio
literally
furniture
will
set.
take
I don't know what happened.
They take anything back.
That's
man.
where I'm doing my 1 minute challenge is Costco.
It take you a minute to get in.
Yeah, let me ID you. Son of a.
You're already carded in the store.
But Costco's good with the cards though.
Yeah, that's
Like the
true.
things on the wall, you just grab the cards and just
Oh, like the
forgot
cardboard
about
things,
that.
yeah,
too.
the cardboard things and stuff. You know,
I forgot about
they
that.
don't
I
have
haven't
them.
been to a Costco in a decade.
1 minute
Yeah.
and you have pallets of stuff.
Could you look up? I want to know if his status is I don't know if it's possible to know if he's even going to play football again. Like I would
Yes.
imagine so.
Yes, they said that they said like 100% best case scenario is he will be back to normal.
Well, that's best case scenario.
But like
Well,
how
that's
long?
like what they're meaning, not like best. Like what they're meaning is when everything goes to plan, like he will be pretty much come back.
But how long will that take? Like what's his recovery look like? Is it going to
Oh,
be
I
like
don't know.
will he be back at practice next week?
I bet it's next season.
What about
I think
mentally
he's-
though? Do you think it's going
There
to
you
affect
go.
him?
2 hours ago, officially canceled. It's not postponed anymore. There you go, Cam.
There you go, bud.
Thank you for the clarity.
Hey, I know all about
'Cause, I
that
mean-
cancellation crap.
If the Bills go to the playoffs, are you missing that? If you're a player, it's like granted, you damn near died. But you've been playing your whole life for this moment.
That's
Are you
true.
missing out on going to the playoffs because you almost died? Like, wouldn't that make you want to do it more? Is because like
I mean, I could die
die
He would
tomorrow.
definitely be on the sidelines at least.
His
I was gonna
my
say-
competitive edge, like they're, how competitive they are, they'd be like, screw it, I'm
Yeah.
playing.
As
I
much
don't-
as
I
they
think
would
I would
want
play.
to, though,
I think I would
Do you
too.
think
a lot of these guys have to get clearance, though.
Yeah, but that's for concussion.
cardiac
I mean, your heart stopped. You
bro.
almost died. You're fine.
You know what I mean?
Go play.
Well, like, how do you test the A-OK of a heart? Like, all right, go run.
Yeah, they punch him in the chest. Like, you ready? Bam. You good? All right.
They're just gonna give him a big old
You know,
cage.
speaking of that, I heard of. I mean, I don't know when. I don't know details, but I've heard of a boxer dropping on the because of that. He took a punch to the chest, and it did the same exact thing.
It's the same with if you get struck by lightning. The difference between living and dying is whether it. I can't remember which one it is. One of the valves is whether it's open or closed.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's like a matter of like a
Chance.
second.
Yeah.
Like
Wow, that's wild.
Chris,
Huh.
Yes.
you mentioned something about cancellations.
Oh yeah, in the news,
Oh yeah.
Let's
Tell
hear it,
us
man.
more,
that whole debacle with Southwest Airlines was crazy.
Bunch
bro.
of dicks.
Southwest.
Right, we got caught right in the middle of it. So
No.
taking the family to Disneyland.
What pisses me off most about that is how they claimed weather. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm jumping ahead, but how they
Yeah.
claimed weather,
Right.
And you're going from Vegas to California,
Yeah.
where there was nothing.
Well, they tried saying it's because the crew was stuck back east or whatever. I'm like, aren't you called
Bro, I'll
Southwest?
hand out peanuts. I'll throw
That's what we
peanuts at
offered.
people.
Like,
It's
there's
not
a
that hard.
school. Like I
They
was.
don't throw peanuts anymore. Too many peanut allergies.
It's true.
Now it's all pretzels.
peanuts.
I
Peanuts.
can throw that.
It's actually a trail mix now,
That's right.
and it's delicious.
Without
Sometimes
the
it's
nuts.
Biscoff cookies,
It
right?
doesn't have nuts in it.
It's true. Biscoff. I think Delta does the Biscoff
I don't
cookies.
know what that is.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Biscoff
They're
cookies are
delicious.
good.
Which ones do the Stroop waffles? Is that Delta?
Ooh, I like stroopwafels.
No.
They do Stroop waffles? That's
I
probably
know
some
what you're talking
European
about, but I
one.
can't remember.
If they do
Stroop
Stroop
waffles.
waffles. I never got them on
Love
Delta.
Stroop waffles, man.
Love how we're like, what?
God.
That's high class.
I feel like I've had the Stroop waffle.
I had
just don't
Stroop
know
waffles
where.
on my way to Hawaii.
Anyways, Chris, go.
We're good. We're just.
I want you to start at the
The
beginning.
story
though. You had to
and-
be at the airport at what time?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
You
So
got to
we-
share the bananas of all
Yeah.
this. I want to know. I want you to go even further back. I want to know how Lisa planned these flights. 'Cause that's where everything started to go off the rails.
Okay, so my wife, we plan to go to Disneyland. I was like, okay, set up the flights and everything. She comes to me, she's like, I screwed up. I'm like, what?
It's a good start.
We had to wake up the morning after Christmas at 2:30 in the morning to be at the airport. So we had to be to the airport to leave by 5:30. But anyway, we gave it an extra half hour because it's the day after Christmas. People are going to be traveling. It's going to be busy. We get up in the morning, we get to the airport, and actually it wasn't that bad to get through security or anything. We go sit at our terminal, and they said, okay, guys, we're going to be delayed for about 15 minutes. This is the first time. We're going to be delayed about 15 minutes. We're trying to get our other crew member here. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. So we wait. They get the crew member there. We load on the plane. We're getting ready to take off. We've got a, what do you call that? A transition flight. It's called a
Layover.
Transfer?
no, they call it a
layover.
connecting flight.
Oh, connecting
flight.
A
Okay.
connecting flight. And it's a close connecting flight from Los Angeles to LAX. So we're like,
From
okay,
Vegas.
from Vegas. Oh yeah, excuse me, from
Vegas.
Vegas,
Vegas to LAX.
Did you even know where you were?
No, dude.
He's like, we gotta go from this terminal to that terminal. That's
Yeah.
where
Different
connecting.
states.
Yeah, and then fly around and come back and land. No, so Las Vegas to LAX. We finally get on the plane. We're like, okay, we still got time. Where everybody sit down. They're like, okay, get ready for takeoff. Everybody put your seatbelts on. They're like, comes on. We need to exit the plane and get a new plane. We're like, what? Why? They're like,
This is still in Salt Lake.
still in Salt Lake.
Okay.
We need a new plane. We're like, oh crap. They're like, unfortunately, the oxygen tank for the pilot cockpit is empty. So we're like, oh, everybody's all,
Who used it?
I don't know, but everybody's freaking out. I was like, well, it's better that they found out now than up in the air that this
Yeah,
happened,
valid.
you know? So we get off, we get on a new plane, and it's a half hour later. So we're like, okay, we're going to miss our flight. It's just inevitable. But we're like, it's delayed. So maybe they'll say, hey, we've got, because there was 12 passengers on that plane trying to get to that connecting flight.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow.
And typically
They
they'll say,
pause
hey,
it.
yeah, let's wait. But they didn't do any of that. So we land in Las Vegas. The flight had already taken, the one plane that left on time, the one flight that left on time is the one that we were supposed to be connecting to LAX that same morning. So we landed 8 o'clock in the morning or something, 8:30 in the morning at Las Vegas. So we get to the booking, we get in the rebook line. They say, okay, we've got one actually going out at 9:30 to Orange County, which is closer to Anaheim. We're like, perfect. This is great. We'll
it's right
take
there.
it. So we go get there and they keep delaying. And we were in that airport for 12 hours.
Oh,
12 hours. They
my
kept delaying,
gosh.
saying that they're trying to get a flight crew, trying to rebuild a flight crew. So they finally cancel it and they're like, oh, and by the way, we're not rebooking or doing any new flights for the next 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah. So we're like, oh, great. We're supposed to be in Disneyland today. Like we were going to drop off and go to Disneyland.
Because you already
have
had a
busy day.
reservation.
Yeah,
for that
we already
day.
had it reserved for Disneyland. Yeah, we had the reservation for Alden to build his droid that day. Because we're like, we'll just
And they
go.
charge you for that full price if you don't make it.
Right. Well, they actually were nice and let us reschedule for the Friday
Oh gosh.
to rebuild the droid. But we missed out on that Disneyland day, which,
Yeah.
it's a lot of money. So Las Vegas, we were like, okay, now what are we supposed to do? So I'm like, okay, I'll get a hotel room. Lisa breaks down. Like she's just having an anxiety attack, doesn't know what to do. I'm like, okay. I go, don't worry. I'm going to get it figured out. Alden was a stud the whole day. Like
Nice.
no fits, no throwing a fit, nothing. Like he just was great. And he wasn't on screen or anything, just talking to us. We're having conversations, which was cool. I get a hotel room. And I was like, well, no, that's a lie. At first I tried to go get a rental car. I go to get a rental car. They're like, do you think you're really going to find a rental car? Like all these flights have been canceled. Everybody's taken all the rental cars. No rental car. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get a hotel room and try to figure this out. So I find a hotel room and then I call an Uber. The Uber comes and this guy's really nice. I'm just talking with him. And then our luggage, we were like, okay, where's our luggage at? Because we didn't go on that flight. They're like, oh, well, it shows here that's scanned in LAX. So it's already there waiting for you. I'm like, all right. So we get the hotel room. We get on the Uber. I talking to the Uber driver, really nice guy. I'm like, hey, buddy, what's the chances of you wanting to take us to Anaheim in the morning from Las Vegas? He's like, thinking about it. He's like, how much? I said, so we look it up. It's about $800 to get an Uber to take you there.
Yeah.
And he says, we make 35% or whatever. So I'm figuring out, I go, we'll do a cash deal. I go, how about, $400? He's like, or I go $300 to $400. He's like, $400, fine. I was like, okay, let's do it. He's like, what time you want to leave? I said, as early as you want to. He's like, 4 o'clock. I was like, perfect.
4 a.m.?
4 a.m.
Dang.
Gotta beat the traffic, man.
Yeah,
True.
beat the traffic. So this is at 11 o'clock at night or something,
Yeah.
midnight, when we finally get this settled up. We get in the hotel room, we check in, go to bed. I get a call at this guy at 2:30 in the morning. He's like, I think we need to leave earlier. I'm like, oh crap.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we end up waking up and he's like, how about 3? I was like, can we do 3:30? He's like, yeah. So 3:30. We get in this guy's car Nice guy. Drives us, and he drives us all the way to Anaheim to our hotel.
Holy crap.
Gosh.
How long is the drive from Vegas?
4.5. It was 4.5 hours.
4.5.
So he spent 9 hours in the car for $400.
I gave him a $50 tip. I'm not an animal. Just kidding.
Still,
but yes,
450
but
bucks.
the reason he did it and it worked out, and I mean this worked out perfect, is because he's got a brother in LA that he wanted to go visit.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna
awesome.
take us to Anaheim and then go hang out with his brother and stay there for the night. He's like, you paid for my gas and everything to go stay with my brother.
Oh, there you go.
So that's how
Okay.
that worked out.
That's awesome.
Because when we were looking at the Uber, a lot of people won't take that because you only have to pay for the one way. They still have to drive all the way back to Las
Yeah.
Vegas and not make money on it, right?
Yeah.
So $800. But like I said, it still saved money. We get to the hotel room that morning and we go to Disney or whatever, come back, and we're like, okay, now we got the luggage issue.
Yeah.
So I call, and all day I've been calling about the luggage at LAX, and they won't answer the phone. They won't even call me back. I've left voicemails. So Lisa's like, well, they said that our luggage was in LAX. I was like, yeah, but they told us we were going to be in Orange County yesterday morning, you know? Like, I
They
don't
say a lot of things.
I don't think this is going to happen. So we call an Uber. Uber takes us to LAX just to find out that our luggage is still back in Las Vegas.
No way.
Yeah. It never got checked in. So we go back home and they say, you know, we get everything set up and we're like, so what day is this? Wednesday, right? Tuesday. Wednesday. Tuesday. This is Tuesday. Holy crap, guys. I'm sorry. This
No,
just
you're good.
Tuesday last week?
Tuesday of last week. Yeah. So we left Sunday or Saturday.
Monday morning.
Monday,
You left
early
the
morning. So
26th.
pretty much, it should have been Sunday at that point. It was so early.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Monday morning, 23rd at 2:30.
26.
26. Holy crap. I'm still.
Are you guys following along?
No.
Yeah,
No,
let's
There's going
we
to be a
should
test.
Somebody get the
Gonna be
papers
test.
out, red wires.
Is that Charlie Day with the
I know, right?
Holy crap. So anyways, yeah, so that's Tuesday. We don't have our luggage. We get home after going to Disneyland and driving to LAX, go home, go to bed. No, we had the guy drop us off at Target so we could buy
Close.
outfits. And they're like, well, do you really need it? I was like, what am I? I've been in the same underwear since Monday morning. Like I need clothes. So we go buy clothes.
And you guys don't have bidets.
I was like, I'm just going to go in the shower and wash it with shampoo or I don't, you know?
Yeah.
So I go buy a set of clothes for Lisa and I. And then we have another Uber take us back to the hotel. We go to bed. So we have a fresh change of clothes for the next day. The next day we go to Disneyland. They're supposed to call us. We go to Disneyland again, have fun, of course, come home from the hotel. They call us at 9:00 at night saying, oh, hey, good news. We've got your luggage. Sweet. I was like, okay, I need it delivered here. Oh, we can't deliver it till tomorrow night. Like, we can't deliver it to you till tomorrow night. I was like, after everything we've gone through, you can't deliver it to us till tomorrow night? Like, pay an Uber to bring it to my hotel room.
Yeah.
They won't do any of that. So I get another Uber,
Oh, my hell.
go to LAX by myself this time because Alden and Lisa are just exhausted.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah, Bud, you're the dad.
Yeah.
Dads
Unlimited
don't get,
energy.
Dads don't get exhausted.
Exactly. So I go to LAX.
And how far is it from your hotel to LAX?
About an hour.
It's
about an hour.
Anaheim, so yeah.
That's about an hour, yeah. So, I mean, $80 a pop there and back each time on an Uber.
An hour long with a rando dude person.
Tell him to keep
I met
the
so many
freaking
cool
luggage,
people, though.
man.
I didn't want to do that. I was just principal
All
at that point.
the back and forth. Gosh, you could have bought your
But they-
luggage 3 times over.
But they said they were going to give us $300 for going and pick up a luggage that night. Like they said, we'll comp you $300 for picking up your luggage that night.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, all right, I'll go do it. So I get the Uber, and I'm talking to this lady, and she's really nice. And I'm like, so where do I go to, you know, when I get back, I go, do you want to do a cash deal? Just wait for me while I grab the luggage and go back. And she's like, yeah. So I do that, pay her cash, get our luggage, get back to the hotel. They're like, okay, here's your money for this or whatever. We get back to the hotel. They gave us a comp to ride Southwest Airlines, $300 voucher instead of the money. I'm like, you bastards. I was so mad.
Because you're going to go through them again.
Exactly.
Right?
wow.
So anyway, we got our luggage and we had a blast. But it was dealing with them. I mean, at least pick up the phone or call me back saying my luggage isn't there. Don't make me take an Uber all the way to LAX to tell me my luggage isn't there.
Yeah.
So then when I go pick up my luggage, they tell me, this guy's like, hey, come here. And he works for Southwest. He's like, just so you know, if you have any issues and you want to get compensated for any of the travel, he goes, make sure that you have your stuff submitted by January 2nd or else they're not going to accept it. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? They can dictate when you have to have everything submitted? We got...
Bro, now what day was that they told you that?
It
Would have been like the 27th or 28th.
Yeah, we're in the middle of our vacation. We're not going to do it in the middle of our
So they're
vacation.
giving you 1 week or whatever.
We got home December 31st, in the evening. And so
That's getting submitted, but it's getting submitted saying, I had a Rolex, motherfucker. I had Louis Vuitton slippers.
Yeah, well,
Louis Vuitton luggage?
so, yeah. And then another thing, while we're at the airports, is they're like, oh, due to weather delays and everything.
Where?
Yeah, well, there was back east, but they were trying to blame it on the weather because if they blame it on the weather and it's weather that canceled your flight, they don't have to compensate you for any of the added things you need to buy.
Dude, in between, just for context, between the 22nd and 29th, they canceled over 15,000 flights.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So
That's unheard
was
of.
this just a Southwest issue? Like Delta didn't
So
go
some
through
of
any
them had
of this,
cancellations.
or-
Yes, it was mostly Southwest. It was
Not
like
as many,
85% of their flights or something. Outrageous like that.
So what was the reason then? Like I
So,
know they were blaming the weather,
I was
but what?
talking So I was talking to the employees. They had pretty much a silent protest where people didn't want to work the holiday, so they just didn't show into work.
Holy hell.
Them trying to make
is this,
all the
France?
people who were working.
I don't know that one.
I have a personal experience with that. Continue.
Okay.
So I was talking to everybody who was working, all the employees, and they said what happened was nobody showed up for work. We were trying to get all these flight crews messed around, and it short circuited the system. The system went kaput. So their complete system went down.
Oh my god.
So that bugs me that they were trying to blame it on the weather just to kind of get ahead of the curve with everybody with their claims, right?
Well, they don't want to give all the money back.
And then for us to wait 12 hours, just cancel the damn flight like right off the bat. You know you're not going to find people.
They're going to permanently postpone it.
Yeah, permanently postpone this flight.
Indefinitely. Postponed indefinitely.
They kept us there for 12 hours.
Delayed indefinitely.
They kept us there for 12 hours just to say canceled.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
potentially up to 4 days too.
Right,
like
well,
that's
yeah, and
Dude,
then
you guys could have gone to an awesome Cirque show.
Dude,
you guys could have
you
lived it up.
could've
Dude,
been-
I spent 8 hours in a freaking airport once, and it is not easy.
well,
Those chairs are not comfy after an
not
hour.
remotely.
but you can get comp for food and everything like that. So we're asking, and I mean, it was like $1,800 worth of added expenses just to get us to Disneyland. And that's not including what we lost with that day at Disneyland and,
Well, yeah.
and all that. So
oh my god.
Well, the sad thing is for them keeping you 12 hours at the airport.
Right.
That's even time that you could have. You said it's 4.5
Like Austin
hours.
said.
You could have made a cash deal with somebody else and been to Disneyland by 2
Right.
o'clock that afternoon.
right.
Yeah.
If not that, honestly, if I would have known, we would have stayed in Las Vegas that day, knowing it was canceled. And we, like you said, went and saw a show. I wanted to go take him to that Medieval Times. No, what is it?
Yes.
Yeah, Medieval Times.
Yeah, Medieval
Tournament
Times.
of the
Yeah.
Kings.
Tournament of the Kings. Medieval Times is in
That one's
California.
in Anaheim.
You're right.
Yeah, that one's, yeah.
So we would have went and saw a show or whatever and had a good time and made the best of it there. But for them to just keep us there waiting
Hostage.
and then say
Like Tom
good
Hanks.
luck, like aren't they supposed to like arrange for
Yeah.
hotels and stuff? I've
Do
heard that-
anything?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
just-
from the sounds of it, though, they were really extremely short-staffed. Probably everyone was stressed, so none of that was getting
Dude,
taken care of or
Right.
I
handled.
saw some videos of like the crazy amounts of luggage
right.
that were backed up. Like people couldn't even get around them. People couldn't find. It was like a sea of luggage.
Yeah, like
Well,
what do
they
you
were
do?
in Las Vegas. They were doing like a news recording or whatever, like doing a news article, having the guy talk or whatever. I go, Alden, go walk to the other side. Alden, come back. He kept walking behind the guy as he's talking. Just to keep it fun. I
Through
was
the
like,
whole
you're gonna be
article,
on
you just
TV.
see one little boy walking back and forth.
I was like, remember that thing I told you never to do? Go ahead and do it.
Go do it.
This is your opportunity.
Yeah, it was.
This is your time, boy.
It's like that thing with Chris Pratt where he tells his son he can swear when they're fishing.
Oh yeah. That's hilarious.
Stupid, Dad. Stupid.
Oh yeah, yeah, son, you let it out. So stupid. That fish is a.
I love it. I love it.
Hilarious.
Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad
Yeah.
that you at
We
least
made
had fun.
Yeah, and I was tired. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like,
Dude,
did you need
Disneyland is
shoes?
so tiring now.
But then they're like, did you need shoes? I was like, I was in my Hey Dudes. They're like slippers. I'm not gonna go walk around Disneyland in my Hey Dudes. I needed like walking shoes.
Yeah.
wait, who asked you that?
Like when you're submitting and talking to people.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're submitting. So what are you submitting exactly? Everything you had to buy because flights were canceled.
Yeah, I
everything you lost money on?
my flight that I never get reimbursed on because they canceled it. You'd think that'd be automated that they give you your money back.
That's what's absolutely ridiculous.
So that I'm trying to get comped for. I'm trying to get comped for all the Uber drivers we had to take. We had a shuttle service that we had paid to pick us up from LAX and take us to our hotel. We called and had to cancel with them. That was $100 bill right there for the shuttle service. So we're trying to get comp for that. All of our clothing, all of our toiletries, our deodorant, everything like that.
Wow. All that to say, this episode is brought to you by Spirited Airlines.
No, don't use
Spirited.
What is
Have to
it?
do it. Spirited Airlines.
It's
is
just
what you
Oh,
said.
it's Spirit?
Yeah, everyone
Dang
on
it.
Spirited Airlines
I
is
dropped
at
that
each other.
one.
where they'll get you there eventually. Eventually.
I was teasing.
that should be Southwest's new thing. We'll get you there eventually. Maybe not at all.
They just didn't even try to help. They just said, sorry, like canceled it out. I mean, and it's not the employee's fault. It's definitely a management issue, right?
Well, yeah.
So
Well, even then, I don't even know if it's a management issue. I'm trying to think from like, if you step back from a customer's perspective, you're trying to view it from a business side of things.
Right.
Like if there's a silent strike, you're one of many people that are pissed off.
Right.
Like, how do you even begin to handle that when half
Right.
like the workforce is drained?
You know how you handle that? Unfortunately, you bite the dust and you give people back their money and you make it
But
right.
I mean, like, yes.
But again,
I mean,
yes. But I mean, like, in the immediate, like, the telling
Yeah,
people that
no,
the
in the
flights aren't going to be
media-
there in 12 hours, like,
And
it's
that-
hard to.
Right.
and that's
the
100%.
frontline workers are essentially the fodder.
I think
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
Chris's whole dilemma, what I'd be more pissed off about is the lack of communication, number one.
Right.
And number two, them trying to swindle everything out of the money.
Yeah.
It's man up. We screwed up. Here's your money back.
Yeah.
Here's your reimbursements for this. You know, we're sorry. You had to go to LAX for this. We're going to go ahead and comp that.
Well, not
You
just
know,
that, but
here's $300.
They
We're
had-
going to actually give you cash instead of fly Southwest Airlines in the future.
they had
$300 buffet voucher.
They had partial flight crews for all these planes. Like they had partial flight crews that were missing maybe one or two attendants and maybe a co-pilot.
here's the
they
thing.
wouldn't consolidate to get some of the flights out. They're like, nope, they're to that plane
Dude,
and that's
all
it.
I
And
need
then
is someone to fly the plane. I don't care if you come talk to me while I'm sitting in the chair for an hour.
it's federal law though.
I was
think
gonna
it's
say, I
federal
think
law.
there's.
I don't care. What are they gonna do?
I think
Stand up and go, put the
You know what it
pointy
is.
end in the hole.
well, I
told
think
you
I
that-
had children.
The frustrating thing is they tell you if you sit by an exit seat, you're in charge of that. It's like, well, then we don't need the flight attendants.
Exactly.
But
Like,
they
I
have
know
to
how
tell
put
you
my
what
own
to do.
They
seatbelt
don't
on and
even
handle the
give
exit
you
seat.
good
So-
food anymore.
Well, I was like, I go, can I be like a stand-in flight attendant?
All you gotta
Tommy
do is
boys.
listen to the recording.
Tommy Boy could do it.
Yeah.
Under your seats, the
Look at that piece of paper that has the pictures and the words on it. It'll tell you what'll happen.
right.
Doesn't even have words on it. It's just pictures.
But there's fine print.
just
But yeah,
I
it
bet
was
my
a-
5-year-old could figure out what to do.
It was a nightmare. It was.
God dang,
But I sat
man,
and
that's
talked to
wild.
this guy for 4.5 hours, and Lisa, when we get off, she's like, "How do you talk to some random stranger
was his
for
name?
4.5 hours?" Val.
Val?
Gilbert?
No, he's Val from shoot.
Ukraine.
Syria.
No, the Philippines. He's from the Philippines.
Way to go, Val.
Nice.
The
Yeah.
Philippines.
You
He's
the
a nice
man.
guy.
Get a Val.
The Philippines
Bro.
is a wild place, man.
That's what he was
that
saying.
That place is like constantly under typhoons.
So this-
Brothers
this
went
guy-
there, said it was crazy.
His first wife died. He was talking to another girl for 3 weeks. Met for the first time they met, they got married. After so he's like, but then we got divorced. I was like, yeah, I could see that happening. He's like, no, that's not the problem. I was like, what happened? He's like, I'm a gigolo. I'm like, what? He's like, she told me I had to get rid of my girlfriends. I didn't want to get rid of my girlfriends. Honest guy. So then I got Alden asking me what a gigolo is.
It's someone who makes Jello, son.
Tell him to go watch a movie called Deuce Bigelow.
I told him, it's one of those heavy. So I have this thing with Alden when he asks me a question that shouldn't be answered to a little kid. I go make him pick up something heavy. I was like, can you lift that up? I was like, no. I was like, that conversation's like that. Whatever you picked up, it's heavy. We can't talk about it till you get older.
Oh, look at
So that's what I do.
As soon as you can pick that up, we'll have the conversation.
So I tell him, it's like that joke, huh? Did you ever?
Oh yeah.
What joke?
No, then we'll talk about it
We'll
later.
share it.
We'll tell
on-
you when you can pick that
But
up over there.
So I have this thing with him. I go, it's a heavy conversation. So he understands what a heavy conversation is. So
Yeah, that's when you go.
That's
It's
clever.
basically.
He just
a
thinks he
polygamist.
literally
Yeah.
can't pick up the conversation. It's literally a heavy object.
Why is everything on Earth so heavy?
well, to a
Even
child,
words.
gravity, that's a heavy conversation. But
It'd be funny if he learns the proper way to lift, and all of a sudden he starts lifting things
in
he
all
just
jacked.
shouldn't. And you're like,
What's up, Dad?
oh dang.
we'll go lift this up. That was just stage one. But yeah, so he knows what a heavy conversation is. It's like, that's a heavy conversation. We're going to talk about it when you're older. Okay.
Oh, man.
Jeez, man, what a ride.
What else has been in the news? Anything else? Any other headliners?
I know
Ken Block.
I was going to say, I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
briefly mentioned it
Ken
earlier,
Block.
but Ken Block, poor guy, passed away in a snowmobile accident.
Yeah.
I guess the story, I didn't find details, but the story was he was trying to do like a
went
steep
back on him.
incline and it tipped back on him.
Really?
Pretty much killed him immediately.
Is he a NASCAR driver?
No.
He was a rally car. Like,
He was the owner of DC Shoes.
Okay.
oh, he's
And he
the
did
owner of DC?
He did,
Co-founder.
and he did Gymkhana. All the
Yeah,
Gymkhana
all the
videos.
Gymkhana videos.
I knew he was like, yeah.
So he was
I
big
had no
into
clue
rally
who he
racing.
was
Look on
until
the
he
bright
died.
side, though.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Dude,
I had
loved
no
his
clue who he
videos.
was until
That
he
dude
died.
had a
and then-
life. He had a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's honestly surprising that that's what did it, though.
No
like,
kidding.
you'd
I
think
thought
it'd
the
been
same
like an
It's like
avalanche.
It's like the crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro got
It wasn't a
stabbed by
crocodile that got it.
stingfish, like a stingray. It's like, what the freak? What is this?
One bite for him. I'm out for sure.
All the crocodiles in the world are like, son of a.
Right? They're like, he was mine.
Well, they're not saying son of it, they're saying crikey.
Crikey. Oh, crikey.
Yeah, man. Gymkhana, those videos are so epic.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hoonigans.
These. Oh, that one's number 9. These things were crazy.
Are these the drift videos?
Yeah, I love those
Yeah.
videos. They're so good. He always had the coolest cars.
Wasn't he?
Well, 'cause
he was
he started-
like sponsored by Subaru and
He
different things.
started with like a Subaru, and then he got like a Ford Fiesta, and then he
Oh.
did a Mustang.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he
bunch
do
of
like
stuff.
the...
He just did one that was an electric car.
Didn't he do like
did.
the barrel rolls and stuff in the Fiesta? Like he would do those barrel rolls?
I think so.
I think that was him. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He did it for a Super Bowl commercial.
Right.
Where he like jumped it.
Man, could you imagine just being it was my lifelong goal to just ride shotgun with him.
Oh
That
yeah,
would have been
dude.
so intense.
Oh man.
Yeah.
His
cool.
video. I remember when they first came out and just being. I watched the video so many times because I was just in awe of how like insane it was.
I just love here's just what I can't wrap my head around is being able to block out a city block for a day of filming. Like where do you get that kind of money that you can literally say I'm going to rent this section of a city?
By selling us all shoes
I know,
say,
right?
in our youths.
Co-own DC
He
shoes
learned
and
from
then
Jordan.
get bought out.
He learned from Jordan.
Heck yeah, dude. He was.
Those videos are so epic.
DC was huge when we were in
Yeah.
high school,
yeah.
junior high.
They're still big.
Are
I
they?
don't see him.
I still buy
Oh.
them, but I don't know how big they are anymore.
They're not big anymore.
Yeah, they're just like
Yeah, they got smaller. Dude, they
the
need
big
to bring
flat
them
top
back.
shoes.
Those shoes
I
were
saw
so
a
comfy.
I saw a meme one time and it was like the kids in the early 2000s and it was like these little chicken legs with the gigantic skate shoes and the laces that
We're
yeah.
done cool in some special
You
way.
were good at doing the
I did
laces.
do the
You
laces
always
a
did
lot, dude.
Lisa's laces for her.
That's just so good. Oh, that
man.
was fun, man.
My old neighbor, when we still lived in Roy, he still to this day wears those shoes. He's like into motocross and snowmobiling and all that, so he wears a bunch of Fox gear and different things. But he'll still wear those shoes, and he's in his 40s, and so I saw that and I was like, "Hey, it's you." He's like, "Shut up."
Dude,
that's funny.
I want that
He's like,
car.
"Make fun of me all you want.
Right?
They're comfy." I'm like, "I'll give you that."
They were.
I
They were.
think they took away the arch of my foot though.
Dude, I never had one. Maybe that's the issue now.
Zach, did you ever wear those? I don't picture you as the type to wear them.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I could see. Yeah.
I did.
I was
had-
gonna- I
had
think
one pair.
everybody-
I don't think I ventured out of that. I think I just had one pair.
I had like Osiris shoes.
I remember
Yeah,
Osiris.
I had
were even bigger.
Audios, Osiris,
Etnies.
DVS. I think I had one pair of
Bands.
Americas.
DVS.
I love DVS.
Yeah,
Dude,
this, you
devious.
want to know what shows our age? This conversation
Yes, it
right
does.
here.
Do you know what's funny?
Osiris was the O, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with like the little
Dude, he
circle
was
in the
so
middle.
good.
Just think if like the fashions mixed and it was like the skinny jeans with those big shoes.
I saw this funny.
Would be hilarious.
saw
It
this-
was that, wasn't it?
No,
No,
that was
The
when
girls?
the van, more the
Oh, the
van
van
shoes
started. Yeah.
the I saw this one where it was like a woman and it started off as a TikTok and she's like, yeah, I'm wearing these workout leggings with the flared leggings is what she called them, and then it kicks over to an older woman and she's like, they're called yoga pants. They've always been called yoga pants, not flared leggings. Anyway,
flared.
That reminds me of a video I saw. Some lady made some funny joke, and it was a song where she's like, "I'm going to the grocery store in my workout pants or workout clothes or whatever."
I hate that.
And the song was annoying, but it was making fun of all those women that wear these like all their workout gear, but just to go out and run their daily errands, not to actually work out.
Should we bring up that heavy topic right now? That heavy story that happened here in Utah
Oh,
about the family.
Oh yeah.
oh no, this has been a happy
I
conversation.
don't think we should.
Okay.
Aside from
I mean,
Southwest.
and
Look
we
it
just
up.
talked about Ken Block being dead. So
Wow.
Yeah, but then we
It's
got
not
onto the
heavy.
happy topic.
But he
of,
went to heaven.
Hey, that bro lived a life we would only dream of.
Right,
He
exactly. I
did.
agree.
That dude lived more life than
and he
all of
was
us at
such
this
a
table.
goofy dude.
in this one video.
Yeah, in this one video. Yeah. He has lived more life in
there
this
was
video.
one of the
I
videos he
remember
did
this
with
video.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
one also with friggin'
Water balloons, right?
Oh.
Fantasy Factory. Rob Dyrdek.
Rob
Oh,
Dyrdek. But wasn't that with the mini car?
No, they did have a mini
Oh, the
car too in that
go-kart.
one.
Yeah, the go-kart and then the real
Yep.
size one. Oh, man.
Dude, look.
I just
Oh, my God. He almost just went off the cliff.
I remember the one video of the one video where they had like mannequins holding water balloons.
Yeah,
You remember that?
Yep,
And he's
yep,
going
yep.
around and popping the water balloons with the rear of the car as he drifted by. Didn't
So
touch the
cool.
mannequin at all.
You know one of the best things about this video though is the sound.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's totally the sound.
I want to watch. Yeah, I want to listen to the latest one because I haven't seen it, but I know I
have to-
saw
Like a
one
lightsaber.
snippet of it where he goes into like a reverse drift where it's such a sharp angle that he
I've
needs to
seen
like
that.
kick it out and then. But it's an electric car,
Oh,
and so I
man.
want to watch it to listen because you're not going to hear a motor brapping.
Yeah. In honor of Ken Block, we'll watch that right after this podcast.
All right.
Speaking of sounds, I remember this video I just saw not too long ago cracked me up. It was this kid with a toy weed eater. And he was doing the sound, and the caption was just like, "Why does this kid sound more like a weed eater than my weed eater?"
I thought it was the weed eater. And I was like, oh.
When he's checking the strings,
He got it like spot on.
yeah, dude, it's so funny.
He's over there like I can't even do it, but oh man.
Yeah, dude, it's so
That's
funny.
awesome.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, I think we're going to call it here. We got to film one other podcast tonight. It's going to be awesome, though. So stay tuned for
Yeah.
next week.
I'm excited.
Well,
We're
yeah.
doing 16 personalities tests. So we're going to find out which personality we have. And I think that's going to tell us a lot about each other. It's going to bring to light a lot of our personal things. I don't know. It'll be fun.
it'll be interesting.
So but thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoed it. And we'll see you guys here next
Wait,
time.
do we want to do a hashtag? We still doing that?
Hashtag Ken Block.
Hoonigan.
F
Oh,
Southwest.
there you go.
Hashtag Hoonigan.
HOONINGAN. H-A-G-A-N?
No, you were Hoonigan.
That's the one.
Hoonigan. What is
Hoonigan.
Hoonigan.
Do you guys know what a hoonigan is?
Nope.
It's a hooligan who drives.
Oh.
A hoonigan.
Yeah.
We were definitely hoonigans.
I was.
I for sure was.
Tony getting
Dude,
his
I-
3 tickets in 24 hours. or
Jumping
whatever it
that
was.
Astro van over friggin'
Cam,
railroad
you
tracks.
got 2 accidents in 24 hours.
Bro, 2 accidents in like 20 minutes.
Right. We're proud of that.
I never did
so
that.
dumb.
My rally sport, Austin knew my rally sport really well.
Yeah, I did. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next week.
Love you guys.
See ya.
Thanks for being part of this crowd.
Arrivederci.